What's up, guys? It's John from Side Hustle Experiment. That is Buster in the back. Today I am going to talk about the first interview I've ever done. Not in my career, but obviously for my Amazon FBA business, and kind of what else went on today. Today I got my first, let's just say, the V for the C. I have heard that you're not supposed to mention the full name in any video or on social media, so you should know what that means. So yeah, I got kind of off to a late start today. I didn't get to the warehouse till about 8 o'clock. The navigation from the place I went took me some really weird way. Yeah, so I lost a bunch of time this morning. I am not very good with directions, so I always use GPS, and yeah, it just didn't work out today there. So today I had 2 interviews lined up. For those of you who don't know, I've been using Indeed. I posted a warehouse position / book scanner. I had 2 interviews lined up for today. Right before the first one, I get an email maybe 30 minutes before saying they can't make it and they need to reschedule for tomorrow, which is fine. This is actually one of my favorite candidates based on paper. They do have warehouse experience, and I don't know, based on what I've seen, they have used a pallet jack, an electronic pallet jack, they have built pallets, they've pulled inventory. So I don't know, sounds pretty promising. At least she did give me the heads up that they weren't able to make it. So hopefully tomorrow they show up and we have a good interview. And then the second interview from today actually went pretty well. The person doesn't really have any experience. Seems like they want to work, has availability. They pretty much said that they're flexible and can pretty much work as much or as little as I need them. They are open to the idea of working full time if that should happen to pop up. Right now my game plan is to basically hire 2 to maybe at least 1 to 2 part-time people and basically get a feel for hiring, work out the kinks. Hopefully one of those people will be good and basically they will work full-time, and then possibly get another person who might be part-time. So almost have 1 full-time, 1 part-time, see how that goes. Right now, I really need to secure more books. I'll get to that in a second. But the first interview, I scheduled it for a half hour. It lasted about 10 minutes. I feel like I came from more of a corporate. I was a marketing, social media / copywriter. So the interview process is definitely very different than for a warehouse position. Basically, I asked them if they had any experience. We went through just some general things. They didn't really have any questions. I told them to pay, how I plan on paying them. And they seem pretty happy with the situation. They said that they might want to be a librarian one day, so to go and see all these books and go through them, they think that would be helpful. Whatever, they seem like they could be a good fit, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to bring that person in. What I was thinking of is to do basically a trial day. I'm basically form it as that. Maybe do, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours or 4 to 5 hours, have them come in. I will obviously pay them for that time and basically see if I think they could do the job, see if they even want to do the job, and then basically go from there. And if I think they did a good job for the day and they like doing the job, then yeah, we'll start from there and I'll start giving them hours and we'll go from there. So besides the interviewing today, the pallet of books still did not come today. They were scheduled, well, I guess technically they weren't scheduled to come today. They were tentatively scheduled to come today. As soon as I reread the email and started tentatively, I was like, they're not coming. This is just super frustrating right now. But this is also, I'm not blaming anyone. This is my fault. When I did talk to the supplier, he suggested we go with the cheapest freight possible. And knowing that this could happen because of that, I agreed to it. So I could have paid more for freight, I guess, and maybe had a guaranteed delivery date. Not really sure. So it's kind of out of my hands. I mean, there's nothing I could do. It is annoying because there's no books to be scanned at the warehouse, as crazy as that seems. The supplier that typically comes tomorrow is coming Monday because they came last Monday, so they basically need a week to collect. So yeah, I basically continued catching up today. Basically boxed up everything I listed for eBay. And then I organized the warehouse. So for the warehouse, I have all the equipment now. It's really just setting up a flow that I think will work best. I think I pretty much have it. I will do an updated warehouse tour eventually. But yeah, so one of the big reasons driving this is I'm having a potential source, a really big one, come visit on Wednesday, so I want to make sure everything looks like it makes sense, even though I'm still figuring it out. So I am really looking forward to that. So yeah, they want to just see my facility. We already talked. I am just waiting for them to have a surplus of product so that I can buy it. So yeah, so spent most of the day doing that. And then basically organizing. They're basically, the whole upstairs is pretty much organized with all the book sets I'm doing. I am really thinking about not doing certain ones anymore. After basically I collected a bunch of certain types, and now that I'm looking up comps, I don't know, it just doesn't seem worth it. So basically what happens is, for every Gaylord, I'll put these certain series aside, and then eventually, maybe once a month or whatever I have downtime, I will go through what I have, build sets, get them listed, and some of them are like, this set, like you could sell 35 books for 50 bucks, and I mean 50 bucks is great, I mean plus shipping, but I don't know, it's a lot of work to put that stuff aside. Think about, now I'm not going to be the only person going through the books, so basically to train someone to put these aside, yeah, it might not be worth it. Most of them are popular children's series, so I do have a person who buys children's books from me. He pays about 25 cents per book. I am going to reach out to him and see if he'll pay 50 cents for some of the higher end sets. Yeah, I'd be leaving money on the table, but it would be so much easier. And sometimes, and especially as I'm growing, it should be interesting to see how eBay kind of morphs or doesn't morph. I feel like it's either I'm going to get a lot more items and I'm not going to be able to keep up with it, or I'm going to have to hire someone to just do eBay. Not saying that's a bad thing, but we'll see what happens. eBay is a lot more work, but again, it's kind of stuff that I would normally give to the person who picks up my duds, and you know, an extra $2-3 grand a month. I mean, that's definitely meaningful and definitely adds up. I think based on sell back your book, buyback companies, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, I did about an extra $30,000, maybe $40,000 last year. I mean, so that's a big chunk of money. So it's just really though getting help at this point. It is definitely worth it. I say it's not worth it because I have to do all the work right now. But if I just had to do half of it or just create the listings and someone would take all the pictures, add all the info, and then box it up, then yeah, I'd probably be all about it and possibly be like throwing more stuff on eBay. So we'll see. I just really want to not be in the position I am in right now again, and it's totally my fault. I've been growing this kind of slow. So basically the idea was to go in, use my normal supplier, get 10 to 12 a week. Then I had someone else lined up, and they were the person I bought the media from, and that transaction did not go well at all. So they were going to be the truckload source for books, so that fell through. Then this other source, you know, the freight has gotten delayed. The people who are visiting me, they're waiting to get surplus enough to send 24 pallets my way. So things are in the works, but yeah, not really. So I did spend some of the time today too looking for new suppliers, reaching out. I reached out to one today who I know they read the email, and it seems like a lot based on like a little tracker I put in there. So hopefully they're interested and will reach out, and I can grab their contact info, or they reach out and we can start a conversation about how we can work together. And yeah, I'm probably going to continue to do that tomorrow, get the warehouse basically ready for the visitors. I want to label a bunch of stuff so it looks professional, and plus I've been meaning to do it forever. And yeah, I'll have that other interview. Hopefully that goes well. And then yeah, after that interview, I'll probably set up, maybe once I know I'll have books, probably for Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Maybe I'll do trials with both of them, see if they both like it, see if they're both good fits, and then go from there. Yeah, having options would be good, especially, you know, things come up. So if one can't work, maybe the other can. I feel once I do get someone, I will be really happy that I did it. Everyone I talk to who has been in my spot say it's the best thing they ever have done, and they regret not doing it sooner. I'm guessing that will be the case. But yeah, I really need to get some more volume in there. The business is good. I'm making money. But in order for it to grow, I need to get more books, right? Sending in the same amount of books every month, yes, you will grow a little more, because you're building on your inventory, but the goal is you really have to send in more books. So sending 2,000 a month is good, but if you only send 2,000 a month and don't do 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, you're gonna do basically the same in sales. Luckily, I did this somewhat right. I wish, you know, actually I don't wish. Like, it is what it is. I'm a big believer of things work out how they're supposed to. I could have said, oh, if I like got a supplier earlier or sooner and this and that, but that would have meant maybe like making a bad warehouse decision, because I would have been in a rush. Maybe I would get too big a space and just jump the gun and not wait for this one. I think the one I have now, it's about 3,400 square feet. It's about the perfect size to get a feel for it. It's not too small where like it's super cramped, but it's not too big where like, oh my God, this rent payment is ridiculous and I really need to do something drastic. But on the flip side of the numbers too, eBay sales are definitely way up. So I have been dedicating more time to that. So it's not just about Amazon sales, guys. It's what you get paid out and other source of income. I mean, just the other day I sold $1,600 worth of DVD and CD duds to someone. I mean, that's huge. I mean, you don't see that on that little screenshot everyone posts on Instagram of your sales. So I'd rather have cash in the bank than a screenshot of sales that mean nothing. That's just me personally. I do post sales every once in a while. It's just basically for an update. I really cringe when I do it, but I'll probably just stop. But it's basically just to be like, listen, like, this is what's possible. Basically, like, this used to be like impossible. Now it's almost just a monthly occurrence. So it's more to just document as well. But that's pretty much all I got for you today. Lesson is have options, have employee options, have source options. I do have a source that I could buy from. Their stuff is not that great. So I'm not sure I want to open that can of worms again. Plus I have to pick it up, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like to get all my stuff delivered. I know sometimes you pay more of a premium for that, but I'm not really a huge fan of driving a big truck and doing all that kind of stuff. So I just prefer to find sources that could deliver, or find a company cheap enough to go get it and bring it to me. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully those books come. Really have my fingers crossed on that. Please, if you like this video or like the daily updates, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me, and I will talk to you tomorrow, guys.